Hi everyone, welcome to the London Premier League show. And today our special guest, we have Michael. How are you doing, Michael?
I'm good.
You good? So first topic on today's show, transfer talk. Before we delve into our clubs, we're just gonna get your opinions on Cristiano Ronaldo rejoining Manchester United. We'll start off with the Manchester United fan himself, Razanthan.
I'm over the moon. I'll be honest. It's been a definite joyful ride these past 24 hours with the Man City talks. I saw a bunch of United fans rejecting him as a United legend. And then today, they've just turned a leaf and, taken him back. But, I'm over the moon. Definitely happy to see him back at the club, last dance like MJ. So hopefully he can produce something magical again.
James?
Well. I certainly delayed the Zuma transfer from Chelsea to West Ham, all this commotion on Ronaldo. But I don't know. I think it's like he couldn't have gone to Man City. There's no way he would have gone to Man City. That would have been horrendous for a Man United fan. I may have liked to have seen it as a West Ham fan, but I don't think it was right. So I don't think, according to all reports, Man City were never interested anyway in the first place. But obviously, not getting Kane, it might have opened the door. But I worry about him. How much is he going to play? Does that help us as a West Ham in terms of getting Jesse Lingard back? Maybe. So that's the only saving grace of it. Yes, it's a big world transfer. But how old is he? What, 36?
Yeah.
25 million?
He's 36.
20 million.
What's he got to offer?
Goals.
We don't know,
So
man.
come on, where's he fit in
Don't
that
know.
team? Where does he fit?
Oh, Cavani's gonna sit out games. Michael, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Ronaldo?
You know what? As an Arsenal fan, I don't even know because I don't know if he will turn up. That's the question. Is he going to turn up in the Premier League like he was the first time when he came in, when he entered the Premier League the first time? Because I'm really confused. But maybe he's gonna kick on like that. But Ronaldo, I wanted him to go to Man City so I could just laugh at all you Man United fans. It would have been funny. I just wanted like everybody to just violate Ronaldo. Just wanted that.
Well, me personally, I said Ronaldo, he cannot go to Man City. I said, I was talking to a few people and I described it as football murder if he goes to Man City. He's got a knife and he's putting a dagger through Alex Ferguson, a dagger through the United badge. So you can't do that. For me, United was the only option. United or you're not coming back to the Premier League. Me personally, he's a legend of the game. I'm glad to see him back. Premier League for me, best league in the world. For Ronaldo, shirt sales, the games are going to be better with him there for me personally. But now, transfer talk now for our clubs. Was that fun? Apart from Ronaldo, you expect anything else to happen with United with regards to incomings?
I don't think so. I don't think we have anything in our radar right now. I would prefer a defensive midfielder, but I don't know. I highly doubt anything happens last minute.
James?
No, West Ham, well, as I said earlier, the Zuma transfer seems to be going on and on and on. But a lot of it is to do with the fact that he's in France, I think, at the moment. So the medical's taking quite a while with our West Ham team and his team. I was convinced it was done, and it was broadcast as if it was done, about an hour ago. But I'm hearing that there may be another hiccup. So who knows? By the time people are watching this and listening to it, he could be a West Ham player. But like I said, I'm more interested now in the possibility of getting Lingard back for cover for Benrahma when he goes off international duties and all that. He'll go off soon. He's had a cracking start to the season. So I'd like to get Lingard in. But other than that, West Ham, very quiet. We need a striker. But David Moyes ain't silly. He's not going to just go and buy someone for the sake of it. He's not allowing Sullivan or Gold, particularly Sullivan and his young lad, to do the transfers now. It all has to go through Moyes. So convinced that we could have done a bit more business. Yes, we could have done. And we should have done. We should have maybe got Abrahams before he went to Rome. But I think if we get Zuma across the line, that'd be good for defence. We need 4 centre-backs. We've only got 3, really. So we need 4. And then possibility of Lingard. I think that'd be it. Close of play. Happy with them 2 if we get them. But happy if we don't. We all know why that is, don't we?
Michael, do you expect any more Arsenal signings?
Nah, all I'm hearing is just rumors. Like the hottest rumor that I'm hearing is the Hosam Mawar thing, but I'm not really. It's a bit of a 50-50 kind of situation because people are saying that rumors are spreading saying that there's the advanced talk of him getting him talk. There's advanced talks with him and Arsenal, but I'm really not sure about it because you know about Arsenal. Like they just move in a mysterious way, you know. Like,
So are you happy with Arsenal? How do you think some of the new signings are settling in? They look decent. Oh my. Okay, now just
it's a bit like Arsenal's defence. A bit of a delay.
That is Arsenal's defence. So I'll continue now. So with me, for Chelsea, in terms of Chelsea, obviously we're still trying to bring Koundé in centre back. That's mainly dependent on us moving Zuma out to raise the funds for Koundé, and we're also expected to get Saul Niguez on a season-long loan from Atletico Madrid. I've always said we've short in the midfield because we've let Gilmore go. So Saul coming in now will give us the depth we need in midfield. So I'm hoping those two deals get over the line. But those are the only incomings, the possible incomings that we'll be having now until before the deadline next Tuesday. But now moving on to Premier League talk, I think it'll only be fair to start with James. Your thoughts on West Ham's start to the season?
Well, what can I say? They've exceeded, like they've done better than what I thought. You know, when you look at the first three games, Newcastle away, then Leicester and Palace at home, I was looking at maybe I would have been happy with 6 or 7 points, not losing any of them. But to already have 6 points, convincing win at Newcastle. We went down twice, came back, dominated the second half with the team we had last season. As we said, no real transfers as of yet. Played well, and then we waited the whole weekend. You know, certain lads were getting a bit excited with their teams winning and sitting pretty, but then forgetting Monday night football and what a night it was. 60,000 over at the London Stadium. David Moyes said it, even I said it in commentary, that it's the best noise I've heard at the stadium ever since we've moved there. It was very much an atmosphere like Hopton Park. And the performance was there. Yeah, people say Leicester had a player sent off, but we dominated from start till finish. Yeah, it only helped us, gave us more space, but you still got to go and win the game. And Leicester will do well. Leicester will do well this season. People will believe that, but then they'll forget about the West Ham result. To beat them 4-1 at home, convincing, top of the table. Yeah, we'll end the season now. Thank you very much.
Was that fun?
I was very disappointed with the Southampton draw after I said last month that they will get relegated. I still believe they'll get relegated. I'm just sitting on the fence that this is just the one draw we'll have with the next run of games, hopefully. So hopefully I don't come back to this game and regret it. It's not a 2-point gap we lose to the league. But I think with the signing of Ronaldo, I think it's definitely boosted our chances. I can't see how we cannot win the league now, honestly. Defensive midfielder or not. When you have Ronaldo in your team, you know, a player of that level, it's just impossible.
Okay, fair enough. Chelsea, our start to the season, couldn't have asked for anything more. 2 clean sheets, 2 solid performances, and yeah, the big game now, obviously, Liverpool this weekend. I'm hoping that can continue now. I don't know if either of you have seen the Champions League and Europa League draws. I'll start with James. West Ham back in Europe. Your thoughts on West Ham's group in the Europa League?
How do I look at this? Like, for us to be in the Europa League is fantastic. Straight away qualified, didn't have to do all the nonsense of the pre-qualifying, so straight into the group stage. You look at the pots that were available. You look at the teams available. You know, from my point of view, I was looking at 1 or 2 big clubs coming. You know, the likes of Lazio, even like Rangers or Celtic. You know, Galatasaray, all of them coming possibility. But obviously, I think the draw has been good from a football point of view, and the chance to qualify. I think it's a good draw. It's a good league for West Ham. You know, we've got who have we got? I'm just trying to look at my notes now. I should remember. Dynamo Zagreb from Croatia we've got, so that's probably the toughest one. But then we've got Ghent, a Belgian club, should be all right. Maybe they'd be good, and then Rapid, is it Wien or something,
Yeah.
Austrian team.
Yeah.
So it's 3 games at home at the London Stadium, 3 games of travelling. At the end of it, now you might know this, and I should really look this up, but do the top 2 qualify? Or is
Yeah.
it? Yeah, so the top 2 go through, and then they add in the 3rd place from the Champions League, and then it's a knockout, isn't it? So, if we can get through and play Chelsea in the first round knockout, then I'd be quite happy, So, but it's an experience, it'd be, I said it in the last podcast, it's an experience, but as long as it doesn't affect us in the league, we're sitting top of the table in the Premier League. That's top of the table, most goals scored so far. We're sitting pretty. We could go and win the Premier League, but the Europa League might get in the way of that. So we may have to let Chelsea or Man City, catch up with us and overtake us, so we have a good European run. But Thursday night football, we'll take it from a West Ham point of view.
Okay, Xanthon, you plotting revenge against Villarreal already?
Of course. I've still not lived that day down. De Gea redemption time. I'm excited to see the Champions League again. I think also with the teams being in pot 1 and 2, it's ultimately set us up for some classic games, some absolute crunching games. The likes of Man City and PSG and Leipzig in one group. We have Atletico and Liverpool in another group. It's just, and then we have the 2 former groups, I guess you could say, Group G and maybe F, but ultimately it's looking good. We also have Bayern and Barcelona in one group, Chelsea and Juventus. It's going to be an exciting group stage. It'll be very tough to see how the round of 16 is going to play out.
And how far do you think United can go in the Champions League?
Minimum, my expectations, semis, but realistically, I think quarters.
Okay, so me now, obviously, you've touched on it. Juventus are in our group. I was thinking, as of this time yesterday, I was saying it's probably going to be us and Juventus. It's just a matter of first and second because the other teams in our group are Zenit St. Petersburg and Malmo. I'll be very surprised if any of them...
Good teams.
Yeah, but I'll be very surprised. I'll be very surprised if any of them make it to the knockout stages. Juventus have lost their best player now. So if we're being very honest, we've got no excuses but to top the group. I'll say it right now here. We have to finish first, and I expect Juventus to finish second. That's my thoughts on it. Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
What about Michael? Should we go to Michael and Arsenal in the Euro?
Yeah, Michael. Oh yeah, sorry, Michael.
Oh, sorry, no, we've gone past that.
Go back.
Let's take a moment to appreciate that, and we go to Arsenal. And Michael, your views on Arsenal in the
next topic, please.
Yeah, next topic.
All right, Michael. Here's one for you. Since you're not in Europe, we'll give you this one. What do you make of Arsenal's start to the Premier League season?
Oh, don't ask me that question. I'm not going to answer it. But
you've seen improvements. Yeah, you've seen improvements. You beat someone during the week. Oh no, that was in the League Cup. Yeah, playing at West Brom
under 23. Under 23. Yeah. West Brom under 23.
Hey, but
he needs to play Jerry from the beginning.
Well, you know what? Yeah, it's just boost morale. I would just say that's a boost morale, just to help out like players like Aubameyang to get back in his form, Lacazette, Pepe, Saka. All these top guys, top players from Arsenal.
Michael, I will say to you, when you list them players, they're good players. There's no denying. But do you think they can play as a team, or do you think a new manager is needed to get them to play as a team?
I feel like some players can suit Arteta's style, but there's other players that it's quite obvious that they don't suit his style of football, and some of them are probably sick tired of his playing from the back. It's kind of boring, but still his style of football I don't even understand. Like before, when he was like after winning the FA Cup, it was amazing. Playing from the back, we were playing fluidity, like it was like A1. But after that, it just went downhill. And playing from the back was it's just like an easy thing for like an opposition to exploit us with.
Do you think Arsenal? Because I know obviously you beat us in the FA Cup, and you're playing a back three. So do you think Arteta needs to go back to that? Because that seems to be the formation that's
You know
worked.
what? If I want to be honest with you, the only reason why we won against you lot was because Pulisic was injured. Other than that, we would have lost. If I have to be dead serious, 100% serious.
But Michael, you made some good points there. So let's just bring it back to this weekend, because I can't remember who you play this weekend. So you must have an easy game this weekend.
No, we have Man Utd.
Who you got this weekend?
The early kickoff.
Oh, you got Man City.
Yes.
Oh, God, dude, you're in the bottom three. You'll be in the bottom by the time that comes round. And did you say it's the early kickoff as well?
Yeah, 12:30.
Yeah,
12:30.
Tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, I'll get to West Ham and watch the end of that. Yes.
Apparently, De Bruyne is injured. He's out.
So what? Wait. So leading into that Man City Arsenal game, score predictions for Man City Arsenal. I'll start with Michael. Start off with the Arsenal.
Okay, if you want me to be optimistic, I'll say a draw. What score would it be? 1-1 or 2. But if I'm being realistic, 3-0 or 4-0 to Man City.
Jeez. Yeah. So, sorry. The biggest game of the weekend, Anfield.
West Ham Palace.
Records on the line, huh?
West Ham Palace.
I
think it's the biggest game of the weekend. Sorry.
Liverpool Chelsea, the biggest game of the weekend. 2 title challenges, 100% records on the line at Anfield. What do you guys think about that game? We'll start off with James.
Liverpool, Chelsea at Anfield. 100% records on the line. So my prediction is obvious. 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
Simple as. You're out. You're both playing well. Your front lines are playing well. Chelsea have kept clean sheets. I just see goals in the game, because I think if one scores, the other can up the tempo and score again. So I think it's got more odds of being a draw. I think it's too early in the season for a team to go and dominate in that sort of game. It's too early. I think it'd be interesting to see Van Dyke against Lukaku, just to see how that goes. Because obviously Lukaku was all over Arsenal when he played last weekend, and that's no disrespect. But I'll go 2-2.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And James, you're a mind reader, because I was going to ask you, like, what do you think the key battles in this game are? Because there's Lukaku versus Van Dyke, Tuchel versus Klopp. I was going to ask you that, where you basically answered
that's like the old sort of the German league, isn't it? The sort of Tuchel and Klopp. So they've got very good. They know each other inside out. So that's why I think a draw is written all over it. I think their teams, their managers that are used to saying, look, whatever happens when I play against Klopp plays against Tuchel, the rules are you just don't lose. You don't lose. If you don't lose against your biggest rivals, you still got a chance of winning the league. So you'll take a draw over anything, whether that's at home or away. But I do think Van Dijk, Lukaku would be an interesting one. It'd be interesting to see how they line up with Lukaku, who Van Dijk plays alongside, to see how Lukaku plays it. You know, if he watched Antonio on Monday night, he might have learned a bit more. Because obviously, that if Lukaku's worth 97 million, then God knows how much Antonio's worth. But I'll stick with 2-2. Thank you, Sion.
2-2. Razanthan, your thoughts on Liverpool Chelsea?
Like what Mr. Jackson said, I think it's going to be very interesting to see Van Dijk go up against Lukaku. If someone finally you can test Van Dijk's strength and pace, because I don't really think anyone's really tested him in the league strength-wise. You know, Lukaku, he's a beast. As a former United player, I'm telling you this, he can shrug people off. We've seen him do this against Everton, West Ham in his debut, so I would like to see that happen. Unfortunately, we won't be able to witness it, but I'll try and see if I can watch some highlights. Score predictions, I would say 2-1 Liverpool, purely because it's at home, and I think the Anfield supporters will help push them forward.
Michael?
That's what Razanthan and James said. I feel like it would be a 2-2. But I don't feel like it's going to be Van Dijk versus Lukaku. I feel like Lukaku's smart. I feel like he'll get onto his other partner, Matip, because he's an easy target for him. And he'll probably go and do what he does best. And the way Lukaku plays, he just holds up the play, brings other play in, and join the attack. Like he's very a smart player, and he's a smart guy, so he knows what he's doing. So the game will be very interesting, and I'm predicting a 2-2.
Okay, so me now, obviously, my heart wants us to win. Obviously, you want to win every game, but I just look at, there's certain games where I look at and you say a point's not bad. Us being away from home, there's certain grounds in the league where going into it, you say you just put it in the must not lose category. And I think it'll be 1-1. I can't see us conceding 2 goals. I don't know, probably going to jinx it now, but we've kept clean sheets in both our games. We're going to make this game boring. So if the game's a stalemate, I know straight away it's our fault, because I know Liverpool are probably going to be coming on to us, all guns blazing. The Anfield crowd will obviously be behind them. So I just think as long as we go there, solid defensive performance, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Moving on now, James, West Ham versus Crystal Palace. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, again, West Ham confidence. I talked about it in the last episode about consistency. So we're at home. Palace have had a poor start. You know, they lost to your boys Chelsea, and then they drew with Brentford. So Vieira's got a tough job on his hands. They let so many players run down their contracts at the end of last season. They had about 12 to 15 players out of contract. They've shifted a lot of players out. Their youngster is injured. The young lad, I can't think of his name now. He's out injured long term, so they miss him. The only saving thing for Palace is that they enjoy the sort of pitch at London Stadium. It's a bigger pitch, so I think they can exploit that. But we picked up 4 points against them last season. We drew at the London Stadium and beat them at Selhurst Park. I think we'll be on similar team, similar lineup from last Monday night. I see a West Ham win. So again, we score goals. But we do concede. So I could go again for something like 3-1 maybe to West Ham. Maybe.
That's my score prediction as well.
Well, we're very similar, Sion.
Mm-hmm.
You'll soon be supporting West Ham when they win the league.
Yeah, nah, never. Michael, your thoughts on West Ham, Crystal Palace?
I don't know. Maybe like Vieira might do his magic, But I feel like West Ham will win this game easily. Like the form that they're in. This is the style of football that I wanted from Arsenal. Like, oh my days, I'm very infuriated. When I see West Ham playing this kind of style of football, I just wish that, why didn't Arsenal do this kind of style of football? But, my prediction for the score for tomorrow would be like 2-0.
2-0 West Ham.
It's solid 2-0. No, like he's comfortable for West Ham.
Okay.
I'm going to go 3-0 West Ham. I don't think Crystal Palace stand a chance at all. New manager, I don't know how he's going to adjust to the players. He hasn't done too well in the last 2 games. I have no hope for Crystal Palace, to be honest. I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. West Ham are in brilliant form. Antonio became West Ham's top Premier League goal scorer. That's going to help boost his morale and his confidence to go into the next game. Again, it's at home, so home fans are going to be loving it. The adrenaline is going to be pumping, and I think West Ham comfortably win this game.
Okay, and now sticking with you, your team obviously looking to bounce back from the draw against Southampton last week. Your thoughts on Wolves versus Man United?
I think I'm going to go for a 2-0 Man United. We need to bounce back, definitely. I was very disappointed with the Southampton draw. We came back into the second half well, but then we just slacked off. We never really moved on from that, and we just let Southampton take chances. Could have easily ended 2-1 Southampton. But yeah, we take the point and we just focus on our next game. And at the end of the day, you can only play what's in front of you, and that's Wolves.
Okay, James, your thoughts on Wolves versus Man United?
Well, if I was a Man United fan, I'd be going into it buzzing. If I was a player, I'd be going into it buzzing. I think 1 or 2 players may up their game because Ronaldo's signing is due, and I think that will put a bit of pressure on a few people. So I see them going out and convincingly. Wolves are going to struggle. They're going to struggle. Their fan base is fantastic. So they're at home, I believe. So that might help them. But I think if Man United score early, they could go on and dominate that game and win probably 3 or 4-0.
Okay, Michael.
You know what? It's going to be the opposite. I feel like Wolves may want to prove their point. I feel like they want to, because Wolves usually beat Man United some occasion, but I feel like they're going to prove their point, such as Adama Traore, probably going to run riot. Jimenez may return to where he started last season, but I feel like it might be a draw. Expecting another draw, but Man United, I feel like they want to get that another point, that 3 points. So they both are hungry for that 3 points. So I probably suggest as a draw, or most likely Man United may scrape a 3 point.
So what do you think the score is going to be?
You know what? I'll just say 2-1 Man United overall. I'll just say 2-1 Man United.
Yeah, I think I can't see anything past the United win as well. They're looking to bounce back from the draw against Southampton. They can't really do with 5 points from their first 9 or 4 points from their first 9. So I think United are going to bounce back. I do think Wolves will score purely because United haven't kept a clean sheet, and they've played 2 teams on similar levels to Wolves, I would say, Leeds and Southampton. They couldn't keep a clean sheet in either of those. Wolves being at home, I do think they'll get a goal, but I think United will win it 3-1. That's what I think. But anyway, that's all for today's show, everyone. So smash a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you all again soon.